Yo, what is going on everyone? Thank you for joining me for another manga chapter review, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing chapter 339 of My Hero Academia, titled The Story of How We All Became Heroes Part 2. And before we begin the review guys, if you do happen to like today's video and are as a big manga and anime fan as I am, please consider sticking around and subscribing, as I'll be bringing you guys even more content. Now with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and start this review. So starting the synopsis off of chapter 339, we begin with both Midoriya and Ida being greeted by Hatsune. Midoriya being especially surprised by this, even stating that his danger sense didn't activate, thus letting her catch him off guard. After some stimulating observations by Ida about Hatsune's assets, they then follow her back to her development studio in need of repairs for their hero outfits. Hatsune questioning their request by asking them why didn't they just go to the item office like they normally do. Ida responds by telling her that the item office is in no such state due to their distribution lines being crippled. During this, Midoriya and Ida can't believe that Hatsune is responding as if she doesn't know this. Midoriya then realizes that she must not know of the severity that UA is in and what is taking place outside. As the three enter the studio, Ida says that this place has changed quite a bit. Powerloader, who is Hatsune's studio manager, states that their facility is responsible for controlling UA's barrier. Hatsune then takes a look at both of their worn down hero costumes and tells Midoriya that his gauntlets were made from the latest compression technology. Midoriya then telling her that this is because of them being manufactured from overseas and the stock isn't exactly plentiful. Hatsune asking him if he is in a hurry, Midoriya responding yeah, is then let down by Hatsune telling him no can do. Telling Midoriya that with the amount of damage his gauntlets have taken, she would have to make entirely new ones, not to mention that they require Condenium, which they don't have. Ida trying his luck, asking Hatsune for his costume to be repaired, she quickly responds saying no spec, she can't do it. Suddenly, some of the other support class classmates offer to help them with the repairs. Taking them up on their offer, Hatsune explains to them how that she is responsible for all the evacuation countermeasures for UA. She is tirelessly trying to come up with new ways should they need it, telling them that even a brilliant idea can be outdated after just a minute. Using this philosophy to better her innovations, she even tells Midoriya that he is too kind and naive, even comparing his soft-hearted nature to polyester. With Hatsune telling them both that knowing they cannot fight in battle, creating useful and innovative inventions are the support class's way of being heroes. With Midoriya about to say something to Hatsune, she then sends her newly made compression gauntlets to punch him in the face, telling him that they aren't on the same level, but please try to give him a try. Then with Ida being punched in the face as well, she tells him his armor isn't replicated perfectly, but these replacements should do the trick. With a final proclamation, Hatsune tells the both of them to relay to everyone in the hero department that victory will be theirs. After Midoriya and Ida's adventure with Hatsune, they return to their classmates as they get ready to undergo a training simulation with Mount Lady. Before they start, they all ponder on what will happen to Aoyama. Todoroki butts in by telling him that he believes Aoyama will be fine, because he already has a clear picture of what he wants to become. With the reassurance from Todoroki, they begin their training. Having this happen, we get to see Nejire, Amajiki, Fat Gum, and Ryukyu saving and escorting civilians to safety. Fat Gum tells them that the next battle is going to be completely different from the last two surprise attacks. Both sides will come with all they have. And with this, we get a final panel of the chapter with All Might telling Hawks that all arrangements have been made. We are ready for the second decisive war. And alright guys, that is going to go ahead and wrap up the review portion of the video. So now let's go ahead and jump into my thoughts and review of this chapter. And I gotta say, I believe this chapter was pretty cool. I like the introduction of how we got to see Hatsune and some of the support classmates as well, and just getting sort of a different perspective on other classmates within UA High and not just all the heroes. I found that to be really cool, and I liked a lot of the comedic value throughout the chapter, seeing Midoriya and Ida's sunken-in faces after being punched and how they were kind of like that for a while, and even some of the classmates in Class 1A making references to that, saying how long will their faces be like that. I found that to be pretty funny and enjoyable, and I also really liked seeing the two of the big three, that being Nejire and Amajiki. I thought that was really cool. I really like the big three. Personally, my favorite character in My Hero is Mirio, so I really was holding out hope that we would see him in this chapter once I saw those two, but maybe Horikoshi has a different plan for Mirio. Maybe he's saving him for another crucial part in the story, and I really hope we get to see him sooner rather than later in these upcoming chapters, because I really, really love Mirio, and I just really want to see him do some work again. But overall, I would have to say this chapter was really cool. I like how they're setting up, and they're calling this portion of the sort of attack the Second Decisive War. I don't know. I don't think this is going to be the final part of the war. I think there's going to be multiple parts of the war, just because Horikoshi did mention at Jump Fiesta that that he plans on the manga ending in around about a year from like last week. So there's still going to be more My Hero. Definitely. It is pretty sad that it is going to be ending within a year, but definitely we still have way more stuff to cover in the story and in this arc, so definitely really enjoying this chapter. Out of 10, I would have to give this chapter a solid 7.5, 7.58-ish. I liked it just because it focused not only on Class 1A, but some of the supporting cast like Hatsune and then the big three, and then you had Fat Gum in there. So we got some variety, we got some character variety in this chapter for sure, and I really liked that. And I liked how the ending panel was a real sweet spot for setting up the next chapter, so that really builds intrigue for the chapters moving forward. But unfortunately, we're not going to be getting any more chapters for at least another week. These chapters were kind of set because of Christmas. Now, I do believe all of the mangakas are taking a break, so I guess it's okay. You know, let them have a break, let them enjoy themselves, because I know New Year's in Japan is a very big time. So definitely let them recuperate and let them get back to these mangas refreshed and definitely not frazzled and scattered brains. So with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, consider dropping a like and let me know what you guys thought of the chapter, as well as what you guys think is going to be happening in the next chapters. I'm really interested to see what you guys thought and what you guys may be hypothesizing for the upcoming chapters. So without that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Please stick around, because I will be doing a Jujutsu Kaisen chapter review for the manga chapter that recently released. And yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you soon. See ya.